It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun diary politico.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Maiyegun Live. Thank you very much for joining me. Dear Templars, please read it beyond the caption of this broadcast. Read the description as well. Like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell everyone that should be here that Maiyegun today, Maiyegun is live. Tonight, as usual, we have a collection of happenings in the contraption or within the contraption for you or for us. So I haven't read, share, liked, and all that. The next is for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the charts. And if the time permits us, we shall take calls too. Thank you. Yesterday, the ex-convict, Orji Uzor Kalu, the man that stole 11.8 billion naira when he was governor of Abia State, right? Who is also a senator representing a part of Abia at the National Assembly of Thieves and Crooks in Abuja. He was on Arise TV yesterday, and they call it exclusive. And as usual, he was mumbling, jumbling, and all kind of other nonsense that he said. But the one that seems to be kind of like outstanding of his tomfoolery was the statement that Nigerians are suffering in Nigeria today simply because of the problems in the eastern part of Nigeria, the place he himself is from. Ironically, it can be, that's more or less like an excuse, right? So in his own words, right, apart from defending thiefnubu's failing and failed policies, the criminal defended the failure or excused the failure, just like this.
Well, for me, I think President Tinubu is coming there. I mean, Rome was not built in a day. We are just battling with the insurgents in our area, and gradually we are coming up. And as we are coming up, we will now start thinking on the next step. Once we calm down the insurgents of banditry and unknown gunmen and all the rest of them, we will be able, the president and his team and all of us will advise him to open the chapter 2 of the book. And the chapter 2 will be development. Once you have no insurgents, you have no unknown gunmen, and you don't have any disturbances about our people, and we will talk page 2 of development. We have always, people will say, we have always asked the president, according to law, find the best way of law to address the issue of Southeast, both the issue of the IPOB, the issue of everybody, to address this within the context of law of Nigeria, so that possibly, very quickly, Nnamdi Kalu will be released from prison, and we will continue to live a better life and produce everything. Let me be honest with you. Nigerians are suffering because of the problem we're having in the Southeast. The Southeast can produce everything you buy in China. We can make them in Abia, Newe, and Onitsha. Everything you buy from China. Just give us electricity, give us the way that with it, and give us the direction. We produce everything that you produce in China. The technologies are there, everything, we have it, but we need a better atmosphere. We need to clean away properly in agreement the sit at home, which has cost hundreds of billions of naira out of the Southeast. We need to bring back the I can do it spirit. We need to sing back aging by aging. We need to go back to what we know how to do. When I was governor, a lot of things were being manufactured in Abia. People have begged Abia people to stop putting made in Paris, made in Spain, made in Brazil. They should start putting made in Abia. We can supply every equipment this country needs from that region of the country. I'm not, President Tinubu himself knows this, because I can tell you twice he slept in Abia when we were governors. He slept in Igbere, and he saw it himself, and he respects that. I'm sure once we have good atmosphere, the president will come back to do the needful in our zone. And I'm praying that both the lawyers of Nnamdi Kalu and the courts, they should speed up and make sure that it's released according to law of Nigeria. Because I'm sure the President Tinubu will always live to respect the judiciary. People are calling him to intervene. Yes, he will intervene, but through the judiciary. The judiciary have to do their job, and President Tinubu will intervene. So I believe that as soon as possible and practicable, that Nnamdi Kalu will be released and the area will be well.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
You hear the mofo, the incoherent crook, you know, sounding like he actually meant that. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu, on the one hand, is saying that the rest of Nigeria, they are suffering because there is insecurity in eastern Nigeria. Then linking it to Nnamdi Kanu. Then on the other hand, he was saying, oh, Nnamdi Kanu will be released. So I urge his lawyers and the court to hurry up and release him. Like what the heck what does that even mean? Eh? We all know the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is being held and why the court continue to what? To illegally keep him, especially under thiefnubu, this same drug, thiefnubu. So the reason why Nigerians are suffering is because the eastern part of Nigeria that can produce everything they are producing from China, now they can't produce that because of insecurity. And then it kept kind of like modeling the whole thing up to make it more. I don't know if you were able to kind of like make any sense out of what he's saying. Or the president thiefnubu will intervene. People keep calling him to intervene. But he will intervene, but he will intervene through the judiciary. What does that even mean? Thiefnubu's policies have rendered over 147 million Nigerians wretched in abject economic poverty, multi-dimensional poverty. What does that have to do with the eastern part of Nigeria? Just 5 days ago, there was the burial of 147 people slaughtered, farmers, fishermen, slaughtered by the Boko Haram terrorists. Every day, Fulani terrorists continue to ransack villages, destroy farms, kill farmers, kidnap people. So the insecurity in northern part of Nigeria, which has at least impacted on the food production, so to say. So why is he kind of like modeling it up in order to sound? It sounded foolish to me. Okay, so there is thiefnubu policy. Part of thiefnubu's policies, failed policies. One of them is the insecurity, directionless insecurity policy. thiefnubu's regime, illegitimate regime, has no clear solution to the insecurity in any part of Nigeria. It has none. So what does it mean by thiefnubu? After thiefnubu defeats terrorism, insecurity, it will go to phase 2. Phase 2, which is development. What's it talking about? And that's how they run things. See, you in that contraption today, you have lunatics. It's like when you say lunatics have taken over the asylum. And these are the characters that are making laws, maybe not, for millions of people. You know, the characters whose destiny of millions of people lies in their hands. Tokwe Fashua, that one old mofo like that, who wanted to be president. How many of you remember Tokwe Fashua? He is in the category of Feladro Toye, Showore, where are the others who by then they called themselves supposedly the third force in 2019. Tope Fachua is thiefnubu special advisor now. That one too, in one interview yesterday, he said, because of the hardship in Nigeria, as well as the inflation in Nigeria, the crash in Nigeria Naira, Japa has become almost impossible for a lot of people now. And that is said to the credit of Tinubu. So Tinubu's destruction, devaluation of Naira has made it impossible, very difficult for those who want to Japa in Nigeria. It has made it difficult for them not to Japa anymore. So to him, according to him, that means all of you who want to Japa from Nigeria, maybe you are doctors, so you are nurses, so you are teachers, so you can't go anywhere anymore. You have to remain in that contraption. And that is an achievement. So what is this guy talking about? Putting Nnamdi Kanu in the same sentence of Tinubu's failure. What does that mean? So that's where we're starting from this evening. And I'm happy I shared that with you. So we are staying in the East, by the way. In the last few weeks, right, the reports of the, the kidnappers or kidnapping cases in Anambra, to be precise, has become so worrisome that a lot of people have called Soludo out many times. And what kind of a person is this? You know, what happened to the Ebubeagu that you all set up to counter the ESN set up by Nnamdi Kanu? So what happened to the Ebubeagu? What happened to the Nigerian Army, Nigerian police, the DSS, and all other Nigerian government agencies that are supposed to provide security for the people? People are now at the mercy of kidnappers, especially in Anambra. So there was a time that Soludo said he was launching what he called Agune Chamber, something like that, vigilante group, to counter insecurity. Anyway, the news that came out of Anambra State yesterday from Awka is a very sort of sad one. Being human, because I am human, and even though I don't really appreciate the criminality of all these rogues parading themselves as, EFCC. If you know the activities of the EFCC, the supposed Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Obasanjo set them up so that he will be able to have an independent body to investigate corrupt politicians. Unfortunately, over the years, after Obasanjo used them as his own attack dogs for a while, and then, left power, EFCC became a willing tool in the hand of different political office holders in that contraption. So EFCC, out of boredom, they have now turned to, burglars. They have now turned into, the regular SARS that could invade anyone's house or the people's houses at will without any search warrant or what have you. So over the years, we've had the EFCC acting on their own, what they call the instincts. No investigation, no petition per se. EFCC guys may just be passing through your streets and they can see that, is that a new Benz, 2015 Benz? Definitely people living in this compound must be Yahoo boys. We are coming back later at night to come and invade them. We have videos. If you type it on social media, you will see countless videos of the EFCC, raiding homes, raiding hostels, schools, hotels, and what have you. It depends on whatever their instinct tells them. And traumatizing the citizens has become part of a pastime for them, the EFCC. So the news from Awka yesterday is similar, but a little bit kind of like lethal as well. So what happened? They said that EFCC saw a compound and they saw two cars in this compound. And they automatically concluded this house must be the house of a Yahoo boy. but they were wrong. So what did they do? They came back as early as 3 a.m. in the morning, scaled the fence, and then broke in. Meanwhile, remember, especially Anambra State, where people have been calling out the governor to do something about kidnappers, about this kind of criminality. So the homeowner happened to be a medical doctor and a businessman. He lived in the property, himself and his family lived in the property. So when he started hearing the breaking of their gates and then breaking into the house, he grabbed his gun. From the report, a double-barrel gun, right? Pump action. So the first person that first broke in, that one collected. Bah! Rather than the next person to him, to have seen that as a sign that this probably shouldn't be a place you just break into like that. Then he also moved in. That was when he received a fatal shot. He died on the spot. That's the news from Awka. It was actually like outside Awka, they said. Meanwhile, people have said it many times that one day, the Nigerian EFCC, they will break into people's homes and they will meet their Waterloo in such a way that, this affected or this red shirt wearing criminals will not live to tell this story. I think that day happened to be today. So tonight, I have managed to pick the most recent illegality of this EFCC. All right, breaking into people's homes in the middle of the night, jumping the fence, harassing the residents. And you know something about the EFCC is that they are criminals, by the way. When you see them parade people as Yahoo boys, this and that, you see, which is always scattered all over the social media, you would think they are working, but they are a bunch of criminals. Here is, let me tell you, their modus operandi, their modus of operation. When they succeed in breaking into your house, the next thing is the next phase. Even if you are not a criminal, the next phase is to begin to threaten you, because to them, once they sign out that you are indeed a criminal, right? Well, you may possibly get out of it if you have a good lawyer, but before then, your entire reputation, right, will be in the gutters. So out of fear, the majority of people will have to say, okay, what do you want me to do? So EFCC would, whatever they find in your house, your cars, your phones, your gadgets, even your house. So they will now begin the negotiation. Which of them do you want to forfeit to them? And whatever they take from you, including from the real criminals as well, right? They will say, oh, you forfeit your car, forfeit your phone, forfeit your guy, everything they can take from you. And when you forfeit them to these criminals, right? They will now auction these properties. And guess those who are going to buy the properties themselves. I'm not talking about EFCC buying, I'm talking about these EFCC criminals that breaks into your house or your homes. So, but if you fail to give them what they want, the following morning, they have all their own photographers with them. So they'll give you a board to carry. And immediately they will splash your image all over the social media. And there are people that never recover from that for life. So this kind of blackmail, this kind of this criminal approach of fighting crime has earned them the notoriety enough that majority of them should either be in jail or shouldn't be wearing that uniform called the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. But it is Nigeria. Let me show you some few collection of their illegality until they met their Waterloo today. And that gave me a bit of something that, do you know that you can actually hold a gun in Nigeria? When people tell you that they should legalize guns, the guns are legal in Nigeria. It's just that they don't want you to own machine guns. Yes, you can own your own gun, pump action, double barrel, single barrel, or what have you. All you have to do is that once you procure your gun, make sure you get it licensed. Once it is licensed, then that's yours for self-defense. And from what I gathered, they said 4 out of 10 homeowners in eastern part of Nigeria actually have licensed guns in their homes. And that should be something that, in a way, should be encouraged. If you have enough money to build a house in that contraption, I don't think it should be hard for you to get yourself a gun. If now police jump your fence, you shoot them. If now EFCC jump your fence without warrant in the middle of the night, you do the needful. Yeah, it's going to lead to the court case and the rest of that, and you will win. I can assure you that. Here are some of the instances of how the supposed Economic and Financial Crimes Commission operates in Nigeria. Criminals.
He hits himself. See, Jesus. You know, see, thief where they think, not like their body be. When they chop the left foot,
you want to find out where we explain them.
Sit down with him. Go find bread.
So I woke up with flashlights on me, and then I was not wearing anything. I saw 3 men, and then I was just begging them that don't touch me because I was not wearing anything. What could come to my eyes? I couldn't even think that they were law enforcement agency. I thought they were thieves or kidnappers. I was begging them not to touch me, and they were asking me what's my name. Am I staying here? What department? I was stammering, and one had to remove his mask and tell me that they are EFCC. Like, he turned his back to me. I saw EFCC. That I should wear my clothes. Yes, that I should wear my clothes and then take them to the rooms of the guys with cars. And I told them that I don't know guys with cars. That me, I'm just staying here. He should have stayed. He didn't go out that I should wear clothes. He stayed with me. I wore my clothes. Then I came outside. He asked me questions that why. I said I did not know. Then they started breaking doors. They started breaking doors. And then there was this one boy here that was in 100 level. The guy was telling them that he's a new student. They beat everybody. They packed everybody. They asked us to lie down on the floor. And I mean, they were just breaking doors. They were breaking everywhere. They packed everything. They left. Okay. And there was one that was cocking gun. Some of them cocked gun. Say if those guys try to run, they're going to shoot them.
Okay. All right, now, thank you.
EFCC. They don't need any court warrant or any court wherever. They just follow their instincts. You know? And the trauma they can put you in about these guys went into an hotel in Ibadan. And they matched every guest outside the compound of the hotel. According to them, Yahoo boys had party at the hotel last night. And they believe that some of them, they slept in the hotel. So therefore, they started breaking every room, like break room. Imagine you just came back from abroad and you're lodging in one of the hotel, like that hotel that night. So the one that got killed in Awka this morning, his name is Alisu. They said he's been buried. He's from Sokoto. Look at his face. This is the one that catch the shot, the second shot. The first person that broke in got shot in the hand. This one that moved in afterward got shot in the stomach. It died. EFCC, because they suspected that it must be Yahoo boys living in that house. He's from Sokoto. So why can't they all serve in Sokoto? Stay in your own state, right? Stay in Sokoto if you are EFCC Sokoto, EFCC Kano, stay there. Why are they always want to be in the southern part of Nigeria, where it is easier to profile everyone, intimidate them, threaten them? I wanted to say RIP to him, but that would be, that's probably going to be me lying. I don't wish him any RIP. I'm talking about the trauma. They actually, like, what caused the EFCC or these guys to actually be professional, like be professional with your work. So the man, they invaded his house, raided his house, thought he was about to be kidnapped and his family. There was nothing that said they were EFCC. And if you are EFCC, why are you coming in the middle of the night? Why do you have to scale the fence? Why do you have to break the door? Why? Are you so interested in, why are you so determined in breaking the burglary into people's homes in the middle of the night to harass them because they have cars parked in their compound? So why can't they stay in northern Nigeria and be EFCC in the north? Are there no criminals in northern Nigeria? Are there no fraudsters in northern Nigeria? Are there no fancy houses in northern Nigeria to break into? Are there no fancy cars or fancy car owners in northern Nigeria? But because it's like when people were suffering from the harassment and the killings of the SARS. When SARS were busy killing the younger people in southern part of Nigeria, the northerners were like, what are you talking about? When people said end SARS, end SARS. Most of these SARS guys are also from the northern part of Nigeria. With a mix of the ex-convicts, criminals from the southern part of Nigeria, hired into that SARS group. Take a look at this guy. Does this one even like, I mean, I'm sorry if I'm profiling him, but this one looked like a repentant terrorist to me, who got recruited for one purpose and for one purpose only. Maybe because he's a mean, deadly guy that could do the dirty job in such a way that his zone superiors told him that, well, you make a lot of money in the southern part of Nigeria. Let's take you there. Alisu. His name is Alisu. Why can't they be professional? Yeah? So the man they broke into his house is a medical doctor. But they didn't have time to check that out. They didn't. They automatically profiled him or profiled the homeowner. And in most cases, right, that's how they operate. Once they come to it, they'll say, ah, man, this area look a little bit posh. You know, who are those people that could be living there? Then they will say surveillance. The surveillance will look around and say, oh, these ones, they have these cars, they have that cars, that house there. There are like about 4 boys living there. This one there, there are about 3 boys. Or this hostel, they have about 8 cars in this hostel. They must be Yahoo boys. Students. That you are a student in Nigeria, driving a nice car. You are an easy target for them. So what kind of a life is that? This is 2025. You know, they won't change. And that's why I said, if I have the opportunity of this, I can't live in that contraption anyway. I can't live there anymore. I say, if I decided that, okay, I want to possibly live there in my own house, if I build a house in that place, I have enough money to build a house, I should have enough money to get a gun. Yeah, I will do everything to have a gun. And I will write it in front of my gates that there is a gun owner in this house. So before you come in, before you break in, just know that whatever happens, you have chosen your own path. So if you have a chance of building a house in that place with so much money as it is today, I don't think it is wrong for you to do what you can and get a gun. Learn how to shoot if you don't know how to shoot a gun. Get one. Because you won't be protecting yourselves against criminals only. I mean, the known criminals only. You will also be protecting yourself against these unknown criminals who are there to take advantage of you. And if they know that you have guns in your house, they are likely going to be very sure before they break in. You get what I mean? They would have to be very sure. So, from what we have heard, the police have now arrested the shooter. One is in the hospital among the EFCC. The other one is already in the 6 feet below. The very dim is there, Sokoto, where he came from. So, do you think this is the time that those what do you call them, the leadership of the EFCC, for the first time, to actually begin to act professionally? You have all the tools to investigate anybody you want to investigate. Then get all you can, go there during the day, track them and go there during the day. Arrest them if you have to arrest them. Present your warrant. Act professionally. Rather than continue to act as criminals in assaulting people, beating people up, threatening people in their homes, like you are sleeping. The next thing you go, bah, 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 bah. And you, at that moment, you feel like, oh my God, this must be terrorists. Oh my, like then the next thing they say, oh, we are EFCC. But before they even tell you that they are EFCC, you probably would have suffered that attack and the rest of that. So if I have my way, I don't have any plan of living in Nigeria, so don't worry about me. I'm just saying this to those of you who have decided to invest your money, they are abroad and investing their money in that contraption. If you have enough money to build a house there, that you are staying there, I don't think a fraction of that money getting gone, because there is gun, owning a gun in Nigeria is legal. It is 100% legal. All you have to do is to make sure that when you buy a gun, you register it. Register your gun, keep it for your own safety. The idea of they should legalize gun, is out of ignorance. Guns are legal in Nigeria. It's just that there is a certain level of guns they allow you to own. You can own a pistol, you can own a double barrel gun, you can own a pump action, a single barrel. Yes, you can. With the way the whole place is right now, I encourage that. So in that same Anambra, today, it's been reported that, yesterday rather, it's been reported that Soludo has already signed their Agone Chambers vigilante bill into law, which means they now have a state vigilante that is now backed by the state government to help curb insecurity in Anambra. Also, it's reported that he also met with the service chiefs in Anambra, talking about the police chiefs, the other security agents and the rest. And he also gave them trucks as usual, like pickup trucks, give them cars to combat insecurity in Anambra. Let me show you that too. Soludo. Oh, hang on. Okay, yeah, found it.
We call it Agone, just like in the southwest, they call it Amote. So my key message, we're going to fight this thing in any and every way that we can. We must secure our bushes. We must kick them out of every camp where they are in Anambra. And we must nip this issue of kidnapping. Anywhere and everybody that we get connected or remotely connected, our law now prescribed for 25 years and no option of a fine. And any place where that is used for that, even for the manufacture, sale or use of drugs, that building, any property will be forfeited to the state government and will bring it down over that piece of property. Any forest or bush or whatever that is used as camp or whatever, if the community doesn't allow us to go and take them out, if we discover it, we go, we kick them out, we take over that land. It becomes that of the state. The law prescribes a whole lot of things. If you are running a hotel and if you are in the communities, there are information that you must be given about every tenant, everybody that checks into a hotel, that gets into. The reporting requirements are onerous, including all these native doctors that make all the charms and tell us that they are invincible and so on. We'll prosecute them and jail them. So it's an all-out war.
The newly passed Anambra State Homeland Security Law. The Anambra State Homeland Security Law has come to be. The second event is the formal launch of our Special Intervention Force, which we call Operation Vigilante. And this morning, we had to cut the ribbon where we had the vehicles that are being rolled out today and going to the streets of Anambra. Cut the ribbon, the first batch, and then came down here, surprisingly as well, part of this force, which happens to be the new security architecture.
And how I wish that we could, on a monthly basis, take a report about which local government is crime-free for a month and which one is crime-infested. We can have a way of knowing those. We can say this local government from 1st of the month to the 30th or 31st of the month was zero violent crime. We must then have a way of incentivizing those who then succeed, and then have ways of saying, okay, my friend, what's the problem with your local, why is your local government the axis of this continuing criminality? I don't mind doing that. If we can say in a month, we can say, okay, if yours is zero violent crime, this is the price. I'm prepared to name it. You will be keeping your record. I will keep my own record. If each month there is no other thing there, I'll give that division 10 million. I said it. We call it Agone.
That is what the professor is proposing, you know. There was a time for 5 straight years after the first 3, turmoil years or tumultuous years under Peter Obi. Anambra State was rated for 5 straight years as the most safe, secured state in the entire Nigeria. 5 straight years. There's record for that. You can check it out. But Soludo is pretty much like not a friend of that of Obi. So he would do it his own way, unfortunately. And like Peter Obi said, right, rather than him to respond to Soludo's criticism or what have you, or attacks, he would encourage him because Peter Obi, is a trader. Soludo is a professor. So Soludo is more educated and more is expected from him than himself will be. So people should just try and support him. That's what will be said about him. So we now look forward to, you see, the last time he put out a task force in Anambra on, transportation. They have become a menace in Anambra, extorting people and beating people up on the streets. So I hope this is Agone Chamber, Abia Guachi squad. They are not going to turn into another Ebubeagu in Imo State, targeting, their supposed political enemies or the IPOB, which became their target while the Fulani terrorists continue to have a field day in these communities. So we shall continue to watch on that. Talking about the police here. Remember the face-off, or the drama between the police IG and then the senators and the reps guys a few days ago when they were doing the budget defense. Right, let me give you the backstory. The thiefnubu's budget for 2025, which includes the budget for the police. So it was time for the police IG, the police Minister of Police Affairs, and their team to go on and defend the content of that budget, their own budget. Now, while the police IG was reading what was supposed to be the budget presented to this House of National Assembly, right? So it became obvious that what he was reading is different from what was given to these members. They were supposed to ask questions about this budget. So that sort of escalated so quickly when one of them said, this is not what we have. What is going on? Anyway, it's been confirmed that indeed, right, there are 2 budgets. One for the National Assembly, the second one for the chairman or the chairman of the committee overseeing the police affair and the police IG. So that is not for general people. But in his own defense, the police, I don't believe what he's saying, I just want to put it on record, sure you get. In his own defense, this is what he had to say about that shameless event.
I want to make this clarification that
it's not shameless, it's shameful event. Let me say that again.
I want to make this clarification that the IG did not present a document that is different to what was circulated to members. 2 documents were circulated. I was presenting the summary. Probably those senators don't have the copies that I was presenting, but the copies were available for them. They were just asked to be served the copy, and there wouldn't have been any drama. I have cordial relationship with members of the National Assembly. Very cordial relationship. I don't know. What happened yesterday happened. For a very long time, the Nigerian police has been facing 3 critical challenges. One is inadequate appropriation, which limits modernization and service delivery. 2 is the restrictive envelope budget system, which fails to account for the expansive, innovative demands of the police. And the 3rd is the delay in fund releases, and sometimes incomplete releases of funds appropriated to the police. So those are the 3 critical challenges that the police has been grappling with over the years. It's not something new. It's been there for a long time. Last year, we fought to take police out of the envelope budgetary system. We couldn't achieve that. But thanks to Mr. President, who came to our aid in the course of running the year. Otherwise, we won't have been able to achieve all the things that you see us achieving in 2024. A number of times we have run to Mr. President and he has intervened on our behalf. We have been able to, he has made it possible for us to access Special Intervention Fund to run some of our emergency operational duties. So we hope that the allocation this year will be better, but given this envelope budget system, police operating under this envelope budget system is grossly inadequate. What we have for overhead, for example, will not be enough to fuel the fleet of our vehicles for 4 months in a year. My message to Nigerians is to cooperate with the Nigerian police. Be patient with us. We are here, we are passionate about this country. We want to increase our service delivery to the people, but we also want their cooperation. We want the cooperation of the people. Just a few days ago, the Office of Servicom from the Presidency were here to make presentation of award to Nigerian police for being the most improved Servicom unit in Nigeria. That says so much about how much we have been trying to scale up our service delivery. So we want support of the people of Nigeria, we want their understanding, and we want their cooperation, and we want them to be patient with us. Where we go wrong, they should point it out, we will correct ourselves. Thank you.
Nuisance Lele.
He's an illegal police IG, by the way, just a reminder. He is not a legal one. His own time of office or service ended last year, April. thiefnubu extended his stay because he's a Yoruba man. That's the reason why. And that doesn't mean that they don't have any other Yorubas that can become police IG. But there is something or the reasons why they are keeping him. Igbetokun's time as a police officer expired. He was supposed to have been right now, right? Igbetokun was supposed to be on the last 1 year retirement leave or something. And that person should be the police IG. But thiefnubu illegally extended his stay. So everything he is doing as your police IG is illegal. Just a reminder, okay? However, that is his own defense. And I do not believe any bit of it. Okay, according to him, he said they had two copies of budgets. One, the main budget. Two, the second one is the summary of the budget. That maybe the senators they didn't have the copy of the summary. He was reading the summary, and that was the misunderstanding. Not that he presented 2 budgets. I don't believe him, because if it's something about the summary of what he's reading, definitely they will see a little bit of, correlation. It's like me, for example, right? Let's say I give you a budget of 400 billion naira total police budget. And in that, it says 250 billion for salaries of all the police officers in Nigeria in 2025. And that's straightforward. You don't have to say, the salary of the police officers in Akwa Ibom State is 1.2 billion. The salaries of, no, you don't say salaries, Abi. Okay, that's summary. So for maintenance of police stations across Nigeria is 50 billion, right? You don't have to say, we are spending 12 million at Ajangbadi police station, and we are going to spend 24 million at Iwo Road police station, or we want to spend 50 million naira in changing the roof of Katangora police station. No, you said maintenance police station, 50 billion. That's summary, Abi. Well, when you start reading what you call summary and what they are holding is not in relation. Okay, here is how you will understand that. Let's say if that one was straightforward, the one I gave you just now is very straightforward. You say, okay, that's the summary is reading. But you are looking at a budget that says, oh, the salaries of police officers in 2025 is going to be 250 billion from the 400 billion budget. But when this one started reading, it started reading something that says the total salary of the police officers is going to be 305 billion. Say, no. Okay, maybe. Okay, continue. Normally, remember the total budget of the police is 400 billion. So you are holding one that says, okay, 250 for salary. Okay, 150. Out of the other 150, 50 billion for maintenance. Okay, 100 billion. So the 100 billion we are spending, like that. So you are expecting. Then you realize that when he's reading the summary says salary is going to be 305 billion. I mean, 305 billion. I was like, that's 55 billion more than what I have here. The maintenance is now reading 100 billion for maintenance. So that's 50 billion more than what I have here. That's not correlating. It's not tallying, right? Then you realize that what this guy, we are talking about 400 billion, and you are even yet to get to the half of your summary. You are already giving us a tally of over 600 billion naira as your budget. Is that not like 200 billion more than what you submitted to us as your budget? So that's why they raised the alarm. Unfortunately, they won't make that public for us yet. But if you want to see their 2025, a copy of their 2025 budget, if you have that time, it's like about I think it's about 3,000 something pages, right? The one that thiefnubu submitted, copy and paste, right? You have to go to, I think it's gov.something, and so I'll look for it. I'll look for the website and I'll give it to you. Go and take a look, right? So that's what triggered the whole arguments. So this one that is talking about, I was reading the summary. Maybe they didn't have the copy of the summary. They are not expecting you to read all the entire budget to them. They expect you to read the summary, truly. But if what you are summarizing is almost like doubled what you called your normal budget that you presented to them, where is this extra money coming from? This is not they make any sense. So this is no match again. Is it just me? That was what that guy said. That guy was like, I don't know if it is just me. This thing is not matching. There is no, what this IG is reading and what I have here, they are complete different stuff. But he's telling us that he's reading summary, Anyway, if that is their police IG, you should probably meet other police officers, like, what is that guy's name again? Adejobi, Muyiwa Adejobi, the first PRO, or you go and meet Bright Daffy in Delta. Now, I'm going to take you to Delta, now that I mentioned that, okay? So Bright, paraded there two sets of criminals. The first one was a young man that was arrested for wrongly accusing police officers of stealing his manhood. According to the report, they said this young man got stopped during the stop and search in Delta State. Then the guy left. Then he came back to say, after he got stopped and searched by the police, he discovered that the police stole his manhood. That his penis is not working anymore. And he suspected that it was the policeman that stole it. Right? Let me play that for you. Let's go to Delta.
I'm SP Edafe Bright, and this is Delta State Police Command. We are presently in Ekpan Police Station in Uye, local government area of Delta State. With me is a suspect alongside two others. They are not here, but this very suspect and his two friends were accosted by the police. Their vehicles were searched. They were also searched, and they were asked to go when they saw that nothing incriminating was found on them. To our greatest surprise, this man came back and said after the policemen searched him, his manhood disappeared. We've been having this case, we continue to have this case, yet we have not seen one person that truly got his manhood disappeared. But we'll keep hearing these stories, and that is why we'll continue to set example with them. Let them go to court and explain how their manhood disappeared, whereas their manhood is intact. With me here is, what's your name?
Benedict Toju Ogonovo.
Okay, Benedict, which day this thing happened?
On the 13th of January.
Okay, so when the policemen search you, did they collect anything from you?
No.
Okay, when they search you, they didn't find anything from you?
No.
So what did they now ask you to do?
They asked me to go.
So what happened after that?
When I left, I was feeling somehow, so I came back to explain how I was feeling, which was wrong.
You came back to who?
To the police checkpoint.
To explain to them that you didn't see your manhood again?
Yes.
Okay, so they now brought you to the station?
Yes.
So after which, what did the DPO do when you complained that you are
he asked for a doctor's examination, which was carried out, and it was confirmed that my penis is still intact.
Say it again, maybe I hear you.
That my penis is still intact.
Okay. So when you accuse the police that you can't find your manhood, did you open the trouser and check that your manhood was there or not?
I opened it and checked, but I was scared. I was for the unknown, which was a very, very stupid thing to do.
You were scared for the unknown that the thing will later disappear, or it don't disappear. When you open
that it was shrinking and it was small because of fear. I didn't know. Yeah, it was shrink and small,
why is it that this is the same storyline? I remember one I interviewed 2 years ago, the same storyline. How penis did they shrink?
It was very small, so I later realized it was because of the panic and fear I was feeling. That was why.
Well, what God gave to you is what God gave to you. I don't know why you now. So you see, it's police now that made you to shrink.
No, it's not.
Has the police done anything wrong by performing stop and search? Stop you, search you, and say go?
No. Absolutely not.
So you that raised the false alarm, what if it was during the day and the crowd were there and they now mobbed the police thinking that they have actually made your manhood disappear? How would you have felt? What would have been your fate if policemen had been killed because of your false allegation?
Yeah, it would have been a very, very bad thing of me. So
okay, I want you to be clear again. Let them know, let our listeners to know now. When the doctor checked you, was your manhood intact or it actually disappeared?
It was intact.
It was intact. So how do you feel now?
I feel bad because I raised a false accusation. I believe we learn every day. I've learned from this my mistake.
You know, there's this popular saying that says you will learn the hard way. This one is already a hard way, and I hope you are proud of it. Because I don't see why you want to tell lie on policemen that are just performing their honest duty. Just confirm your name again.
My name is Benedict Toju Ogonovo, and I'm very sorry for what I have caused. I want to apologize to the Nigeria police and to the general public at large that I'm very sorry for my action and I seek their forgiveness.
Please, how old are you?
31.
What did you study?
I studied political science and I did diploma in computer science.
Because you're actually speaking like a public relations officer. You want to buy our conscience. Well, it is well. However, it's not in our hand. We will still charge you to court. Court will decide your fate, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm SP Bright, and this is Delta State Police Command. We are in Ekpa Divisional Headquarters, in the local government area of Delta State. And with me is a wonderful suspect who gave birth to a child 6 weeks or thereabouts and lied to the father of the child, who happens to be her boyfriend, that the child died and she had already buried the child, unknown to them that she actually gave away the child to a couple. She did not just give the child away, she lied to the couple that she's looking for who will help her take care of this child. She can't take care of the child. She was gang raped by 4 men, and I don't pray that becomes her portion, because I don't think she has experienced what rape is all about, that she will be using rape as an excuse to give away her child. Auntie, what's your name?
Tega.
Okay, Tega, what happened to you? How old is that your baby?
1 month and 2 weeks.
That's 6 weeks now.
Yes.
So what did you tell the father of the child?
I lied to her that the child is dead.
And the child is dead?
Yes.
But what did you actually do with the child?
I gave the child out.
Okay, you gave the child out. What did you tell the people you want to give the people to?
I lied to them that I was raped and get pregnant.
By how many people?
By 4 people.
You never say 1, you don't say 2, you say 4. Why did you tell them that? What was your intention when you said they 4 people raped you?
So that they could take the child away from me.
Okay, why did you want the child to be away from you?
Because I was afraid that the child may die in my hands.
But the child has a father.
Yes, but no Did not good take care of.
Okay, the father did not take care of the child.
Yeah, no, at all.
Why you not come meet police here? This man give you belle, you born pikin for them, no want take care of the pikin.
I think not reach that side.
Your thinking not reach that side. So now to give away the pikin and lie that you were gang raped, and that one now your thinking go. So if I give you the pikin back, that mean you take care of her. You take care of her.
Yes.
Oh, you go take care of the baby now.
I will take care of her with my last blood.
With your last breath. Wow. Okay, all of a sudden she's now very, very emotional, and according to her, if she has a second chance, she will take care of the child. Well, that's not for us to decide. She will also be charged to court, and we'll see how to proceed from.
Nuisance lele.
You see these two stories. The reason why I kind of decided to share them with us is to remind you, my viewers, that Nigeria and Nigerians, they are suffering from serious mental problems that only few people, if like only handful people, will admit. The first guy that accused the police of stealing his manhood. What mental disorder would you think he's suffering from? Because there are people that believes that they can, I mean, somebody can touch you and then your manhood will disappear because they can use it for money ritual. Many people have been killed in the public because somebody raised the alarm that they stole their manhood. And I've heard, you know, Nigeria is a superstitious place, very superstitious, where even the educated people also believe in that nonsense. Seriously. So the level of mental disorder in that society cannot be overemphasized, in all honesty. He said it was the shock of being stopped and searched that got him to believe that police officer stole his manhood, and he went back to the police station to look for the police officer to give him back his manhood. Then it was after then that I realized that, my manhood is not stolen, no. I am sorry, I shouldn't have. It is meant to be educated. It's not a dafty, it's educated. But he was convinced that the police officer is seeing his penis, but somehow, mentally, his brain was telling him that that wasn't his penis. That man has stolen the original one. What was left is just a tiny one. And there was nothing anybody could tell him. That you want to go and accuse Nigerian police of stealing your manhood. Until he went there and he got arrested and then paraded. That's when it felt like, the doctor now came and said, my manhood was fine. See, those of you who are doctors, medical practitioners on Maiyegun's Diary Political, there must be a name for that kind of mental disorder. I have an idea of what that lady, the second part, I have an idea of what she's suffering from. Okay? She had a child. 6 weeks after, she told the father of the child that the child is dead. Only for her to approach a couple looking for a baby. And then told them to go and adopt as a child. Because she was raped, by making up a story that she was raped, gang raped, and she got pregnant. There's something for that. I mean, there's something that is called, I think it's called postnatal something disorder or so. Give me the name again. No, it is not PTSD per se. They have a name for it. It's called postnatal, you see, there are women that become overwhelmed after giving birth to a child. And this is something that women actually really suffer from. Okay? They have a name for it. Postpartum, God bless you. That's what I'm trying to. Postpartum depression, where a mother will become so scared, so worried that the child was going to die. Sometimes they just want to stay away from the child. They can't touch the baby. That is some level of depression that a new mother actually suffers from. If you have a partner that suddenly became withdrawn after giving birth to a child, right? They don't want to have anything to do with the baby. And then they are always like breaking down, crying and all that. Or they become so mean to the child. There are some of them that even attempt to kill the baby. Something tells them to do it. It's called postpartum. God bless you, Jerry. That's what I mixed up. I said postnatal. Postnatal. That one has been like diagnosed. People suffer from that. If you have a partner that just give birth to a child, your child, is around the time that they need the most support, ever, reassurances. It's the best. It's just that when we were growing up, our own mothers, our parents, they were all just, they were told to brace up. My friend, you need to brace up, Jerry. You are a mother. You need to firm up. Some of them suffered some of these things. But they never had the chance to have a proper diagnostic, what do you call it, solution, so to say. So that's what happened to that lady. It's not meant for the police to arrest her. No. She needs help. Not to be arrested and paraded. She needs help. Psychologists too, and every help she can get. Not in the police station. But it is Nigeria. She's committed a crime. Until she will come back to her senses in Nigerian way. You will come back to your senses very soon. She shouldn't be in the police station. She should be in the hospital, getting counseling. Somebody should take the child from her, and do everything to reintroduce the child to her. So that she can love her own baby. She can, did you hear her? I will do everything to save to protect him. I will do everything to, that is it. It is postpartum depression. But they will call her witch. It be witch. It be this. It be that. You want to kill your child. You want this and that. Because those who are around her are as ignorant as her. She won't get the help. And I really, really do hope she gets the help. So those of you who watch the video, if you are watching me from Delta, it will be ideal if anyone, just anyone watching this broadcast, can please do us that favor by reaching out and say, well, I know this lady, or I know where this happened. I wouldn't mind to be involved. Seriously. She didn't hate her child. She needs help. And she shouldn't be in the police station. Never. But the police should be helping her at this point. So same thing to that guy too. He shouldn't be in the police station per se. They should get him help. Yeah. Get him some counseling. Because the two scenarios, to me, they are medically related. Mental health problems. Unfortunately, it is the contraption. You are on your own. Talking about mental health. There are times that Nigeria can put you in that situation, even when you think you are socially. Like you are socially immune from Nigeria happening to you. Nobody is immune, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are powerful or be powerless. Nigeria can happen to you just anytime, anywhere. Listen to this Americana from Chicago, Illinois, who came to Nigeria to invest in Nigeria. Now she's calling Honorable Koolu to save her, help her. I like her accent, by the way.
My name is Dr. Kimberly Ellen Stark. I am from Chicago, Illinois, from the United States of America. And I'm here today on the grounds of that everything that I've worked so hard for, even from America to Nigeria. And as I love this country and I fell in love with this country, I chose to invest here. And as I saw today, before there were gates, as you can see behind us. Now, as I come here today, I can see most of my dream and so many of our investments crumbled and shattered. I bought more than 6 pots, and I intend to buy more. But how can I trust the fact that the more I invest is not protected because of what's going on here? And what we are appealing today, and me as an American from Chicago, Illinois, I'm speaking directly in the camera. As I'm here appealing to the Honorable, the President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to please, my name is Dr. Kimberly.
Help me. Dear lady, next time, don't cry, all right? Because your tears can be a little bit salty for the Ronukus, the heartless social miscreants in that contraption. Their job is to mock any successful person that becomes a victim of that contraption. Their questions will be, you didn't do it right. Somebody who came from all the way from the United States of America to invest in your contraption in Abuja, paid all the necessary, fee, bought land, started building or built a business in Abuja, came to our office one morning and everything was gone because of Wike. So you will see them begin to ask you, Shay, you get it? Do you have is it because you are American? Can you do that in America? Can you just go to a place and start a business without following due process? They don't know you. They also know that you cannot just come from anywhere and start building on any land in Nigeria. It is not possible. They know that too, but they will blame you. So, madam, next time, don't cry, okay? Don't cry, don't cry. Sorry. Right? It is called Nigeria for a reason. Nigeria is a place where dream goes to and die. Yeah, like Kemi Badenoch just said. Nigeria is a country where the government kills the dream of their people in order to make them poorer and poorer and poorer. Nigeria kills dreams. It is true. And the Ronukus, the Ronu Nazis, the Ponus, they will be on the side of the oppressors because most of them are sewage dwellers. Bunch of low-life miscreants. They will blame you. Yeah, they will. It's like the people from Okunja in Lagos. Baba, they want to do Coastal Road. They decided to demolish a $400 million business, beachfront. They destroyed it. Only for them to turn around later and said, we are not doing 10 lanes anymore. We are now doing 6 lanes. Why did you demolish this business and other businesses here? Businesses that are actually paying taxes, employed people. They should go back to where they come from. Must they have the business in Lagos? That is the response of the Ronukus. Then it became obvious that it wasn't just Coastal Road. It is actually land grabbing. To the point that the villages where, okay, you want to do road. Why are you then coming to our land and start demolishing our properties, taking our lands? It's like taking about 4, 5, 6 kilometers away from the way you want to, you want to do road here. And your road is going here. But you are here. Here. Do you see the distance? You are here, demolishing people's properties to claim their lands. And you call that development. How is that development? Because it is never about any development. So those of you who are abroad for years and you are thinking to retire back in Nigeria, listen to this Egmont, who has now taken to the social media. Because according to him, this is unfair. How can you do this to us? They said we should return back. I said, Egmont, my
name is Femi Fasil. I'm one of the stakeholders affected by the realignment of the coastal road, the Lagos-Calabar coastal road in Okwanja. a brief history. In 2003, I purchased my land there. I was happy to find out in 2006 that there had been an approved coastal road far from where we bought land. So we were happy. We started to solicit people in the diaspora to invest with us. And thank God we found some people. They invested. Fast forward to 2004, earlier this year, I made a brief stop at the land. This was in April, only to discover that they said the federal government had marked the property for demolition because they had shifted the 2006 approved coastal road to where we are. We now began to inquire, and lo and behold, we're finding out that it's true. We've staged some protests. We've asked the minister, Umahi, to shift the coast.
Listen to me. If I get further disturbances there will be consequences for it. Security, move her out. Madam, give yourself respect.
There are a lot of us that did our due diligence. We bought land with our money, and we made sure we were not encroaching on the approved coastal road. So now, if some people went and blatantly either paid to build illegally on the coastal road, let the government go there and destroy those homes and put the road where it's supposed to be. Why should the people that actually bought land legitimately thinking it was safe, they did their due, why should we pay while those that illegally built are left scot-free? Also, Lagos State has been destroying properties. They destroyed the Maryland. They destroyed. So what is this thing that we don't want to destroy homes? We don't want to. Showed up now with no notice, just came and marked the property for demolition. What country is this? Who does that? Who does that? What is the Nigerian government? What are you setting? What examples are you setting? This is why land grabbers are parading scot-free in Lagos, because the government this is land grabbing by the government. That's what you are doing. Yes, we understand eminent domain, but it has to be done properly. People illegally built on the approved coastal road, go there and destroy their homes or shift it by the water. Go and fill the water. If you go to, I don't understand this government. If you go to that Okwaja, you will see that water has eroded houses and buildings. Why don't you go back there and reclaim that? That's a result of the thing that's being done in Atlantic Coast Project. The Sandfield there, the Sandfield in Lake Ibeju. Of course, all the towns in between are bearing the brunt of coastal erosion right now. Go back and reclaim that land and put the coastal road there if you don't want to destroy homes that are illegally built on the coastal road. But don't let those of us that bought our properties with them money, don't let us be paying. We did the right thing. Don't let us pay for the mistakes or the illegality of those that illegally built on the coastal road. But don't let those of us that bought our properties with them money, don't let us be paying. We did the right thing. Don't let us pay for the mistakes or the illegality of those that illegally built on the coastal road. Mr. Minister, take the road back to where it belongs. Take the road back to where it belongs. This is not a matter of an Igbo lady fighting against you. No, I'm Yoruba. I'm affected. And we have had demonstrations. A lot of people are affected that are Yorubas. So please, take the road back to where it belongs. We have investors in the diaspora. Some of my investors are still going to make a video tape. I'm telling them now, because it's a bitter pill to swallow, that they invested in the land. It's been over 20 years since we bought that place. And without notice, I just showed up and you marked the property for demolition without notifying the owners. What country does this? It's like a banana republic. I'm sorry to say that this is what we have to be talking about in 2024. If
you give your money after all you had to go through in making your money legitimately, and you decided to go and give your money to them in Nigeria that you want to, as they are saying, come and invest in Nigeria, and it touch you, I go here. And I can use your story to advise others in a place where land grabbers are in charge of government. So your land is not safe. Forget about courts, forget about law, forget about documents and the rest of that. Once they say your document is invalid, go valid no. You want to go to court? All right, good luck. Okay? So if you think you have a social capital and you are immune from the backlashes of this illegality going on in that contraption, no wahala. I wish you a very good luck. Okay? I do. Like, seriously, I do. So the new speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly has started our own reign after the removal of Obasa. So Miranda Bisola, the new speaker, announced our own standing committee, which means like give positions. Because before now, every standing committee in the Lagos State House of Assembly were appointed by Obasa. So in one of our outings recently, this is brought to us.
Madam Speaker!
Distinguished honorable members of the Lagos State House of Assembly, guests in this hallowed chamber, the management and staff of the House, gentlemen of the press, fellow Lagosians, I remain honored to preside over to this plenary section of this esteemed assembly as the newly elected speaker. I am deeply grateful for the trust and confidence you have responded in me, and I pledge to work tirelessly to uphold the principle of transparency, good governance, and other noble tenets that this noble house stands for. As we begin this new chapter in the history of our assembly, I want to assure you that our administration will focus on working together for a better Lagos. We will work harmoniously with other arms of government to ensure a seamless delivery of dividends of democracy to Lagosians who are our core focus. Therefore, we will work to ensure that, irrespective of gender, education, religion, and ethics background, every Lagos resident is proud to say, I am a Lagosian. I hereby announce that Honorable Temitope Adewale Adedeji, as the new majority leader of the 10th Assembly, member representing Ipapo Constituency 1, please take the chair. Sonny Gani Okalawan, member representing Oshofe, to also take the chair as the deputy whip. All in favor say aye. Aye. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
That is the Madam Speaker. You know, she's moving away from the Obasa's tribal politics, according to our own speech, that every Lagos resident will be accorded the same rights as Lagosian, that they will be proud to call themselves Lagosian. This is not going to be my Lagos, not your Lagos. Go back to Anambra or go back to where? That's what she said, right? Obasa was in the process, according to him, in the process of making law that every business in Lagos must be owned by the Yorubas. I don't even know how that even make any sense. He was pushing that, Yoruba home owners must not rent their properties to non-Yorubas because of what happened in 2023. They must make sure that what happened in 2023 must never happen again. These mofos forgot that the majority of those that rejected them in Lagos, they are Yorubas. They are not non-Yorubas. But he was pushing that agenda to the point that they started renaming streets. Any street that is not Yoruba name must be changed. Because according to them, this is how to make sure that the Yoruba interest is protected. But there was never, in the process, in that move, there was never a plan to roll out money and say, we are giving out 200 billion naira to Yoruba businesses in Lagos so that we can, they can own their businesses. If you're a Yoruba man, you are interested in business, Abi, come and collect 1 billion, come and collect 2 billion. Okay, are you interested in spare part business? Come and collect 20 billion. Are you interested in electronic business in Lagos? As a Yoruba man, come and collect 5 billion. There was no plan. It was just pronouncement. While the real Omo Ale Yoruba are busy selling their own parents' lands and properties in order to go and marry another wife through a party. Spray money on on Oshupa, Paso, and even K1. And when they blow the money, when they finish the money, right, they will now rely on the Owameji Fenyokon, the all-risers. They will now rely on the politicians to possibly take those properties back from the people they sold them to, chase them away. They're waiting for a time that maybe something will happen, and they will chase away those who bought those they sold their family houses to. They can take it back and, I don't know, your parents suffered and they built their own properties and all of that. They died. You sold the properties. You spent the money. Then you joined APC, and you started attacking the Igbos and other non-Yorubas, hoping that something will happen and you can get all the properties back. Who does that? So it be like say Madam Speaker is trying to say, no, we are going to have to choose another path. We are not going to be doing this, my Lagos, not your Lagos. I'm just saying, I'm not counting on it. All right. So talking about Ayinde, K1's mother died today. They said his mom was a 105-year-old woman. She died in Ijebu today, I heard. And his house has been a maker of sorts for a lot of his fans and well-wishers, mourners, and all that, including thiefnubu. They also placed a call to him from Dubai this afternoon.
All of our sisters love you. Thank you. How much you eating? Amisa. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Ìwọ president, bàbá mi president, ìyá máa jẹ mí ní Nàìjíríà ilé ìkọ́. Ìṣe Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n mú dání. No, ìyá oníjọba kọ́ ọ̀hún ẹ̀kọ́ ìjọba aṣíwájú náà. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir. And safe trip back home, sir.
Safe trip back home, sir. So that was a Koolu calling K1 from Dubai. And, kind of like commiserating with, is that commiseration or condoling? I don't know. It's just like, you'll need jail. It's like, you're going to Jemmy. To president in Nigeria. You're going to Jemmy Nigeria. That means to say, you will not, how do I put it? You'll need jail. You will not suffer or be cheated. I don't know. And it was like, nobody can sort of punish me in this country that you are the president. Like, you as an orphan, you shall not suffer, something like that. And K1 was like, it's not just as an orphan, no, even as Ashiwaju's son. You're going to Jemio, Anyway.
Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ epo àwọn á di 200 á di bàbá. Ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀, àbàmì wálẹ̀.
Ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀. Ìwúntàfẹ́ kọ́lọ́wọ́ ṣe. Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run. Ebi ń pa wá, ìyà ń jẹ wá, kò sí ìfọkànbalẹ̀. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run.
ẹbẹ̀rù ọlọ́run. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rù ọlọ́run. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rù ọlọ́run. Ebi ń pa wá, ìyà ń jẹ wá, kò sí ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rù ọlọ́run.
Ẹbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run o, fear God. Anyway, I found a video online, and I don't know how to. Normally, the way I kind of like the way I saw it when I first saw the video, by the way, was like, there's some level of fooling that people can go, but there are some of it that sometimes you have to kind of like roll it back and be like, you guys are supposed to be adults, Abby. When you look at those who are following with the wiki politically, I think they have a problem. It's like a mental disorder as well. Remember this local government chairman in Rivers State? They were fighting Fubara, and they claimed that Fubara was just like a little boy, you know. And then somehow, Fubara succeeded in edging them out from those who are House of Assembly members, right? That they say you have to like look before you leap. Leap is, yeah. So you look before you leap. But they didn't look before they leaped, and it ended up terminating their political career. At least, if it's temporarily, we shall see. If it is permanently, we shall also see. They got them out as members of a Rivers State House of Assembly, right? So the same thing with this local government chairman whose term ended. Okay, let me give you the backstory so that you understand what I'm trying to get, where I'm trying to get to with this, okay? When the Wahala between Werewike and Fubara started, Fubara, except that he is the most powerful political figure in Rivers State, but was also the most undermined, looked down upon. He is the most powerful figure because he's the executive governor. The way Nigeria is structured, the governor is the most powerful person in the state. But sometimes people say a governor is not powerful without the assembly on his side. So because the assembly can pull the rugs under his feet, impeach him, throw the entire space into disarray. But the Werewike scam, they made a mistake. They announced their intention before. It's like counting your eggs before it hatch, right? So they made it obvious that they were going to impeach Fubara the moment Werewike ordered them to do it. So Fubara decided to go on the sort of like on the defense by playing along when they reported them to thiefnubu. So thiefnubu now called for a peace meeting. When thiefnubu called for a peace meeting, Werewike's assembly members, within that space, they decamped to APC, hoping that will further solidify their base with the backing of thiefnubu. So when they went for peace meeting, right? Number one, thiefnubu made it clear that they have run to him in APC and he can't push them back, which is to confirm that they are no longer in PDP. And you can only decamp to another party if your party is having problem. So around that time, there was no problem in PDP Rivers State at all. So immediately, Fubara got a court injunction after declaring their seat vacant. So that automatically gave him a hedge over them. But because Werewike kind of have this his own control over the judiciary, but this time around, not in Rivers State anymore, but in Abuja. The issue of the seats of lawmakers at the State House of Assembly is limited to the state level, to the state court, not outside it per se. However, these guys misstep, just put the news around their neck politically. That's how they died politically. But they didn't believe it. The situation is kind of like foregone conclusion. So they were still living in that deluded, sort of a delulu belief that with Werewike, with thiefnubu, right? They are still lawmakers, which actually shown that they've lost the edge of impeaching Fubara. They can no longer impeach him, even though they are the majority. They couldn't impeach him anymore because they are no longer lawmakers in the face of the River State's law, except for Abuja and the rest. So similarly, before they pushed themselves over the cliff politically, they were undermining that Fubara. For example, the tenure of the local government chairman ended in last year. He ended in, I think it was in June 2024. So it was time for Fubara, as they normally do, right, to appoint caretaker chairman. Even though there is a Supreme Court judgment months after that, June 2024, that says every local government in Nigeria must have elected members, or sorry, elected executive, like they must have elected chairman or chairpersons. Nothing like caretaker anymore. Any local government or any state in Nigeria that failed to conduct local government election, right, they would have to cease, or sorry, they would have to forget their monthly allocation. So the House of Assembly, these House of Assembly guys, they were loyal to Werewike, right? They just sat. They extended the tenure of the local government chairman. They didn't have such power. It was normally it was the governor that would have to write the House of Assembly, right, and say, I'm submitting the names of the caretaker chairman before we do election, or I am extending the tenure. No, sorry, I'm actually turning this local government chairman to caretaker for so time. But because of the wahala between them, these morons, 27 House of Assembly members, loyal to Werewike, they sort of, kind of put it upon themselves to extend the tenure of the local government chairman. How can you extend? The law says they have to spend 3 years. Their 3 years ended in June 2024, but you decided to extend it because they were the loyalists of Werewike. Anyway, cut the long story short, Fubara submitted a caretaker committee names to his own loyal House of Assembly members, who were just about 4 of them, and they approved him. Meanwhile, he had other plans to ensure that the caretaker chairman he appointed will become substantive chairman, selected. So 6 months after that, or 5 months after that, Fubara conducted a local government election where his own loyal guys, they come to another party to contest as local government chairman, and then he declared 19 out of 20 local government areas as for these guys. So his guys took over the entire local government areas in River State. He swore them in order to beat the Werewike's camp and the law. But since then, do you know that this is why I said this is the most funniest, creepy, fooling video I have seen in a while. So there's a gathering of these guys, this former local government chairman, those ones who were burning down the councils when the local government election was conducted then, right? Those guys who were creating havoc and the crisis here and there. Now, they are still together. So then I saw them in a gathering where they were introducing themselves as local government chairmen. I'm talking about they are introducing themselves as, hi, Maiyegun General. I am the local government chairman for Port Harcourt local government area. I am the local government chairman for Obiakpo local government area. I was like, which kind of fooling is this? Why would they call Nigeria go? Well, here is that video, by the way. Look at them.
Mayor of Port and chairman of River State.
My name is Chief Obari chairman of Element and secretary of Ag River State. My name is executive chairman of My name is Maiyegun General, chairman of the local government. The people, Dr. Chief power to the people. My name is Ben English, Council Chairman, Awka. Power to the people. I am Mbakone Friday, Okwe, PhD. Esquire, the executive chairman of Abia. Deputy chairman of Anambra. My name is Anambra, chairman of African power to the people, power to EFCC, power to Uzor Kalu. I am Vincent to Awka, power to the people. My name is Maiyegun General, chairman and Sinator of the government. Power to the people. I am Rasmus Awka, chairman of the government.
Some people's papa, some people's love of my life, LOML, love of my life, fooling like that. Like, if no be say, pick fooling, right? You were elected local government chairman 4 years ago. Your term ended nearly a year ago. And in 2025, you are holding microphone, calling yourselves executive chairman of local government that you cannot even get to. Tell me what is more fooling than that. Any other pig fooling you've seen online? Well, that beat it until I saw these two idiots making a video as new recruits of the Nigerian Navy.
Go and pick form, big Navy form. I will castrate your life. You will never be my senior. Are you hearing me, ba? Now if I come to training school and then BTS, I will stick to you like a bed bomb. Life will tire you. My classmates, they are ready for you for cash 37 years.
Yes, they are ready for you. So you feel like you've arrived, Abi? Because you bought 37 AK form, you feel like you've arrived. You have not arrived though, you have not even started. We are waiting for you, is that clear? Prepare your mind, is that clear? You feel it like you want to die, but you'll not die, is that clear?
They are supposed to be new recruits of the Nigerian Navy. And there you had it. Prepare your life, is that clear? You think you have arrived, is that clear? We deal with, is that clear? You would think you are dying, but you are not dead. Is that clear? If they born you, will go and pick the bomb. I will frustrate your life. I will strangulate. How come there are so many, at young and old, the lunatics come scatter everywhere? You just need to pay attention and say, to know the level of lunacy that is pervading that land. In Nigeria, you just see some people, right? What the cloth is covering. Waiting clothes they cover. If to say we have something to be scanning everyone, from the followers to the leaders, I mean, I don't know where we are actually going to start from. I don't know. If you want to get things normal, I don't know where you're going to start from. Born you were, if they can call, you know, and I've said this many times, right? Nigeria is a place where at any given opportunity, everyone just wants to oppress everyone. It's not because, you see, if you see Nigerians complaining about oppression, about corruption, don't be deceived that much, okay? Not be everybody hates corruption. No. Not everyone hates oppression. No. The reason why you see a lot of us complain is because we are not the one benefiting from the corruption. We are not the ones, right? Perpetuating the oppression. And that is why it's going to be like the whole world is going to end when we become a victim of what we would rather actually be the one perpetuating. It's Nigeria. And finally, whatever you do, if you can find your way elsewhere out of Lagos, okay? So be in Lagos and be poor, Baba, it can't be like sin as sin. It's not written in any of the holy books, so Quran or the Bible, but being poor in the Bible, they say God loves the poor. But in Nigeria, in real life, poverty will make you a suspect. Anything that is not right, you will be the first suspect. So I don't know if I should say, do everything never to be poor. In Lagos, around the Ikeja, last night, here is an operation of pick them up.
They go smoothly. They go. Okay. And then I will click joiner. Don't worry, I will pause joiner. Hold on, where? Stand up. Who they sell this? Go and put that thing down my side. Collect that in my hand. Tomato, go carry that one. I'm fit to Joshua. I'm fit to Joshua. I will pass you to you.
He's under bridge, Ikeja.
Don't let the rough handle you. Just
Engineer is slept under bridge, Ikeja.
Don't worry.
Enter inside. Put it under bridge, Ikeja. After one.
See, Shisha, where like that? See,
That's everything for tonight. So, brethren, thank you so much for joining me. Tomorrow is going to be another day, which is a Sunday. So, I am going to say good night to every one of us. Okay, for whatever you have managed to learn on the platform tonight about the happenings in the contraption today, I promise you that tomorrow, right, is another day with another series of happenings. Today has claimed its own victims. The people who are going to be the victims of what's going to happen tomorrow. Some of them have managed to escape today, and they are maybe in bed right now. And by this time tomorrow evening, right, your screen is also going to be littered with what went down in the contraption. I intend to see you again, right? Until then, stay safe. Enjoy your evening or your night. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun dayari political. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Presido bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. náà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní èso ràjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní èso ràjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní èso ràjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní èso ràjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.